In the late 1990s, the dot-com boom was a fever dream of experience. Companies like Webvan and Pets.com weren't just businesses, they were cultural phenomena fueled by a high-octane cocktail of venture capital and dopamine. The goal was blitzscaling, prioritizing speed over efficiency in an environment of extreme uncertainty. It was the pursuit of the Big Bang, the total market capture, the ultimate professional high. For the founders and investors, the optimization was for intensity, recognition, and the emotional reward of being the disruptor. But when the dopamine wore off and the capital dried up, these experience-driven structures evaporated like mist. They were built for the sprint, not the marathon. Contrast this with the Imperial Transantarctic Expedition of 1914. Ernest Shackleton and his crew of 28 men were trapped in the pack ice of the Weddell Sea for over a year. Their ship, the Endurance, was eventually crushed, leaving them on the shifting ice floes with nothing but 3 lifeboats and their own grit. Shackleton didn't optimize for experience. He didn't care about the high of the South Pole anymore. He shifted his entire system to survival. Every decision, from the amount of blubber burned for heat to the strict social routines maintained to prevent madness, was a structural defense against the downside. Shackleton's success wasn't just leadership. It was a shift in Axis B, the optimization driver. Axis B, the optimization driver. While Axis A tells us when we are looking, Axis B tells us what we are looking for. It is the engine of the system. Want experience, the sensation, the ambition. This driver optimizes for intensity, novelty, and recognition. In the brain, this is a dopamine and endorphin game. The character, charismatic, ambitious, and often visionary. The strength. Experience-driven people build the new world. They take the risks, they chase the flow state. The vulnerability. It is inherently unstable. Without a secondary driver, experience leads to burnout or the hedonic treadmill, where you need more and more intensity just to feel baseline. 2. Survival. The guardrail, the fortress. This driver is often misunderstood as fear. In our model, it is structural defense. It optimizes for safety, continuity, and downside protection. The character, the prepper, the risk manager, the defensive coordinator. The strength. It creates systems that endure. It is the oxygen of civilization. You don't notice it until it's gone. The vulnerability, stagnation. If a system optimizes only for survival, it becomes a bureaucracy that chokes out life to ensure it never takes a hit. The meaning, the purpose, the sacrifice. This is the flow of the soul. It optimizes for coherence and contribution beyond the self. The character, the martyr, the mentor, the true believer. The strength. Meaning is the stress buffer. It allows a person to endure a survival environment without collapsing into zero-horizon panic. The danger. It can justify extreme hardship both for the self and others in the name of the cause. The misunderstanding of survival. We often use the word survival to describe a panicked animal, the zero horizon. But in this model, survival as an optimization driver is a calm, cold, and calculated effort. The most successful CEOs in the world, the survival architects, may often look boring. They don't chase the cover of Fortune magazine. They focus on the balance sheet, the supply chain, and the redundant systems. They aren't scared. They are structural. The conflict arises when an experienced person tries to lead a survival organization. They try to bring disruption and intensity to a system that needs consistency and protection. It's a mismatch of drivers. The biological pivot. As Stephen Kotler has documented, the human brain is a prediction engine. We are constantly scanning the environment to see if we should be in exploration mode, experience, or defense mode, survival. When we feel safe, our brain rewards us with dopamine for seeking experience. When the environment turns hostile, the system pivots. The amygdala takes the wheel and we shift towards survival. The key to high performance and high functioning systems is the ability to choose the driver rather than being a slave to the environment. Shackleton succeeded because he intentionally throttled the experience of exploration to ensure the survival of his men. Summary of Axis B. If you want to know why someone is doing what they are doing, look past their words. Look at what their system is actually maximizing. Are they after the high, the experience? Are they building a fort for survival? Or are they serving a why for meaning? Once you identify the driver, you can predict the trajectory.